Hello students, welcome to Pinpoint Law Lecture. I Gaguri Bhattacharya. Today I am going to present one topic on judicial separation according to the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So judicial separation has been stated under section 10 of the Hindu Marriage Act. And as judicial separation means, sometimes people think that separation is always the same meaning like the divorce, but it is not like that. Judicial separation is not permanent separation. That means the marriage is not putting to an end. It is different from divorce. But in case of divorce, judicial separation can be treated as a ground. And the grounds or the causes that why the judicial separation has been filed under the court is same like the divorce. So under section 13 subsection 1 and subsection 2 it states about the grounds of divorce, and section 10 states that the grounds of judicial separation will always same like the grounds of divorce. Judicial separation does not always leads to divorce. It sometimes leads to reconciliation. That means the parties reconcile their problems together and they started living together again like before. So judicial separation is not the permanent separation, and parties, if they are wish to live again together, then they can always resume their living together after judicial separation. So judicial separation doesn't put the marriage to an end, but judicial separation means a type of temporary separation between the parties. Either of the party, either wife or the husband, can claim for judicial separation. Any of the party can file petition under section 10, that is for judicial separation, but that doesn't mean they are claiming for divorce. Divorce is different. So if we look onto the grounds of judicial separation, that means why any party choose the option to judicial separation. What is happened between their marital life that any party wanting this judicial separation. So according to Hindu Marriage Act, it states the ground of judicial separation are according to section 13 subsection 1 and subsection 2. So in section 13 subsection 1 and 2 there are numerous grounds for divorce. So from this point we can easily understand that the grounds of divorce and the ground of judicial separation are same. So now let's check out what are the grounds available to both the parties, that means available to both the husband and wife to file a petition for judicial separation. Firstly, the ground is adultery. Adultery here means the voluntary sexual intercourse with any person other than his or her spouse. That means having sexual relationship with other than husband in respect of wife and in respect of husband other than his wife. Then we get cruelty. Cruelty means if any party did any cruel act, mental or physical cruel act to the other party, then the person who suffered that cruelty, he can or she can file a petition under cruelty for judicial separation. Then the point we get is desertion. Desertion means if the husband or the wife left his or her spouse without any reasonable cause. This is desertion, and the period of desertion is not less than 2 years. So that means if the husband left his wife for 2 years, then it is a ground for judicial separation. Then we get the conversion to another religion. Conversion to another religion means converting himself or herself to other religion apart from Hindu. For example, converting to Muslim or converting to Christian, etc. So, if the husband converted himself to another religion, then the wife can file a petition for judicial separation. And likewise, it is same for the husband and wife. Then the point is suffering from unsoundness of mind. That means if any person suffering from unsoundness of mind, then the other party can file a petition for judicial separation. Then suffering from leprosy or venereal disease. That means if one party suffer from this disease, then the other party can file a petition for judicial separation. And the last point is not heard for 7 years. That means one party is not found available for 7 years, not heard for 7 years. Then only the party who has been left, she or he can file a petition for judicial separation. So, on the previous slide, we have seen the grounds available both to the husband and wife. Now we will check out the extra grounds which are available only to the wife for judicial separation. So, firstly, it is bigamy. If the husband did any second marriage, then it is obviously a good ground for judicial separation for the wife. Then, if the husband is accused for or guilty for rape, sodomy or bestiality, then the wife can also file a petition for judicial separation. So, generally bestiality and sodomy, these are means the sexual offences, and rape is also a sexual offence. So, if the husband is accused for this type of offences, then the wife can claim for judicial separation. And if the last point is, if the marriage of the wife has been solemnized before she attained 15 years, then she can file for judicial separation under this ground after she attained 18 years of age. So, these are the extra grounds which are available to the wife only. The consequences of judicial separation are twofold. Firstly, the parties may opt for reconciliation and start living together at any time after the decree passed or before the decree passed. As I have stated that judicial separation is not the permanent separation. So, if the party feels that no, there are no more problem exist between them, so they can again live together under one roof. And secondly, if the party didn't intend to continue their marriage again, so they can file a divorce if they live separately under judicial separation for a term of 1 year. That means they live separately for a term of 1 year, then they can file a petition for divorce under this ground that they already live separately under judicial separation, that they are separated for 1 year and now they are wanting divorce. They are not interested to continue their marriage anymore. So, this is in short what is the judicial separation. please go through section 10, and for the grounds of judicial separation, go through section 13, clause 1 and 2 for better understanding. Thank you students for watching my video. If you like my video, you can like it, you can share it, and you can comment in the comment box to let me know if you feel anything more to add in this point. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel and please ring the bell icon. Thank you. Have a good day.